Tragedy, confusion, uncertainty best describes the situation at the Karu market in Abuja. The traders here are sad and counting their loss as more than 1,000 shops with goods worth millions of naira were destroyed in the fire.
Look at our shop! Look at our shop! Everything went down. Where are we going to start?
I saw fire. I say, no, this is not ordinary fire. I did maybe fire outbreak. So I have to carry my brother. We rush down here. Before we rush down here, she said, if every shop don't they catch fire, and this started with one shop. So now when the shop don't burn finish, then they go open gates.
We lost money here. Everybody lost their money. Why?
Elizabeth Chukwemeka sells provisions and foodstuffs in this market. Her shop was completely razed by the fire. She says her business is supported by loans from commercial banks.
The market people did not even try to help us to open the market on time. They locked the gate more than close to an hour plus. They were flogging people both with chain before they get into this market. They were flogging people. Before we got to this side, the fire was already this side. And it was
constantly said in this country. Until Nigerians get to a stage to say, no, you can't be minister of power if it is generator that is powering your whole house and you have not provided generator for every other person. You cannot be minister of housing if you are not staying in a government apartment. You cannot be minister of health if you do not have your treatment in this country. You cannot be minister of education if your children are all schooling outside. You can't. Why? Because human beings have self-interest. There is what is called self-interest. If his children are going to go to the government secondary school, he will make sure that government secondary schools are well taken care of. If his family is going to go to the general hospital next door, he will make sure that general hospital is well taken care of. But as long as leaders do not share in the plight of the people, as long as leaders can fly to the US, to UK, to Dubai for their health care and condemn the people to this kind of conditions here, as long as that is the situation, we are not moving anywhere. So Nigerians will have to rise up and say, no, you can't be our minister for education because your children are not schooling here. So when you have a situation, rather than the people making sacrifice and demonstrating how much sacrifice you have made for the people, then we say, yes, you be our leader because you have suffered for us. You have denied yourself legitimate pleasures for our sake. That is what used to qualify people for leadership. Now, we have people who conquer us. They conquer us. Then they take the resources of our land to reconquer us and remain there, and it becomes difficult to move them out of power. But someday, as I always say, the revenge of the poor is at the corner. The revenge of the poor is coming. And that one, you will not be able to do anything about it. You can have your jeep. You can have your generators. You can have everything bulletproof. But the revenge of the poor, it happened in France. It happened in Russia. It has just happened in Sudan. It will happen here. Unless we change our course, we will end up where we are heading. And where we are heading now is unfortunately, it's a violent revolution. That's where we are heading, unless we change our course. And I am not just talking of leaders in the national level. I'm not talking of presidents and governors and senators and House of Reps. I'm talking of all of us who are privileged. I hope you know. And many of us here, most of us here are privileged. What is our concern for the people next door? For the poor people next door, what is our concern? What is even our concern for our megadis? For those who do petty work for us, what is our concern? If that is not happening, it means we are failing as shepherds in our responsibility of being shepherds. I hope you know that in this Africa, in this Nigeria, there never used to be a distinction between the neighborhood of the rich and the neighborhood of the poor. I hope you know. I hope you know that poor people and rich people used to live together. That's the heart of the blacksmith. That's the heart of the king. That's the heart of it used to be together. It's a completely new, terrible thing that has happened to us. And people are enjoying it. They are enjoying it. They ask you what part of town you live in. And that immediately you tell them the part of town you live in, you know your status. And I am saying, by the time you segregate society, what used to be called apartheid, and Nigerians were in the forefront of fighting apartheid, where the white man said, look, you blacks, you live there, we white, we live here. That is exactly what we are doing to our fellow black people. Exactly. And you know, it makes it easier when revolution comes. I hope you know. It makes it easier. It means the poor people know where to go. And I challenge the authorities in our cities. I challenge town planners that this is not how to plan towns. Let us start working. If we want our peace and safety and security in future, let us start working on what is called integrated cities, integrated estates, integrated settlements. If we want peace, the one we are on now, you will never have peace. We need to have integrated cities where the not so rich and the rich and so on live together and share. So that the children that are growing up privileged will know they are privileged when they see next door the other children. And they go to the same school, by the way. They go to the same school, by the way. When I was in primary school, everybody went to that primary school. We never knew that anyone was rich or anyone was poor. And that helped us. That helped us. But the society we are creating today, I am saying it is not sustainable. What did I call it? It's not sustainable. We can't run a society like this for the next 100 years. It's not possible. So if you have a future, if you dream of a future for your children and grandchildren, you need to join me in shouting against this. If you dream of a future for your children and grandchildren, you need to join me in saying, this is inappropriate. This is dangerous. This is destructive. Like I said, it is not our high walls. It is not our barbed wires. It is not our electrified fences that will save us. What will save us is that the poor should be included at the dining table. Yes, the poor and the handicapped and the widow and the orphan, they should be included at the dining table. That is what will save us.
Wow, what an eye-opening message from Reverend Fr Ehusani. And the man of God has a lot to say in this video, as you heard what he says. Because these are the things that we need to stand up to these politicians, because enough is enough. Okay, a lot of things are happening. What these people will come and do at the end of the day is to give you chicken change. Okay, just watch that video of the vice president going to where the bomb blast happened on Saturday, and look at the money he was squeezing in those people's hand. And tomorrow you say that this nation is going to be great one day, when you people are the same people sending those thugs there to commit this outrageous atrocity. But it's fine. Their kids don't live in this country. Okay, let me show you something, guys. See this market that got burnt down in Cairo, Abuja, the FCT. Look at how people are crying where their next meal is going to come from. Just watch the video.
Thursday night in the old Cairo market in the nation's capital. The fire started at about 7 p.m. on Thursday when the traders had just closed for the day. TVC News senior reporter Habib Alawal tells us the story of how the traders are counting their losses.
Tragedy, confusion, uncertainty best describes the situation at the Cairo market in Abuja. The traders here are sad and counting their loss as more than 1,000 shops with goods worth millions of naira were destroyed in the fire.
Look at our shop. Look at our shop. everything went down. Where are we going to start?
I saw fire. I say, no, this is not. It's not ordinary fire. This is maybe fire outbreak. So I have to carry my brother. We rush down here. Before we rush down here, she say, if every shop don't they catch fire, and this started with one shop. So now when the shop don't burn finish, now then they go open gates.
We lost money here. Everybody lost their money. Why?
Elizabeth Chukwuemeka sells provisions and foodstuffs in this market. Her shop was completely razed by the fire. She says her business is supported by loans from commercial banks.
The market people did not even try to help us to open the market on time. They locked the gate more than close to an hour plus. They were flogging people both with chain before they get into this market. They were flogging people. Before we got to this side, the fire was already this side, and it was going with speed. Fire service came the first one. They said there was no water. The second one came. They said the pipe cut. Before it got to this side, it was speed. So everybody was able to just say what your hand could reach. The one you did not save is gone.
According to the FCT Emergency Management Department, lack of access roads into the market was also responsible for the delay in emergency response.
Tempers at an all-time high as traders count their losses the morning after the Karu fire incident. It was said that not less than 1,000 shops were affected in this fire incident, and presently the cause of the fire is yet to be ascertained. Habida Lawal, TVC News, Karu Market, Abuja.
Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has extended his condolence to
Water. The second one came. They said the pipe cut. Before it got to this side, it was speed. So everybody was able to just say,
So, Mr. President, what is your condolence going to do for these people? Okay, just imagine how grown-up adults are crying because of what happened. Because it's millions. Some people say they are on loan. The money they used to stock their shops are on loan. So how are they going to pay back the loan? And then you say you're sending your condolence and this blah, 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 blah to these people. If it was the Western world, it would be different. See, our politicians are so corrupt that they don't have humanity in their hearts. And honestly, people are going through great injustice. Okay, we too, the citizens, we are so daft. Forgive me to use that word. You know why? Because how are we going to say that we're going to vote somebody into office? They're going to make minister of this, minister of education, minister of health, which they don't attend the same hospital you and I go to. Their children don't attend the same school we go to, our kids go to. It's a public school. Sometimes they are in school, the roof is leaking. Sometimes they are in school learning. The erosion will just rainfall and then the erosion just enter. Everywhere is flooded. Children has to be inside water to do national anthem, to do this, that. If you see the structure of schools that children go to, you'll be like, what? And then you make somebody minister of education. That same money, he will use it to send his family abroad. Tomorrow you make minister of health when their children cannot even come to the hospital premises, and you are making them minister of health. What they do not know, how are they going to be minister of that particular thing? How would they be able to go about things, know the needs and wants of that particular organization or that particular category in the country? But no, we just do things stupid, like as if these politicians, they are the one that have us or we are the one that have them. Okay, like the thing is paining me, honestly. See, it's paining me. And honestly, listen to Reverend Fr Ehusani actually speaks, but it makes my day. Because why I say that? It's because he's actually saying the truth. If people could rise up, Omo, see, we'll give these people a run for their office. If they want to take a kobo, they will think twice. If they want to go for medical checkup abroad, they will think twice. If they want to ride the kind of exotic cars they want to ride, they will think twice. But no, we just let them be. They're intimidators. You are there to serve the masses. What is democracy? Do you even know the definition of democracy at the end of the day? I feel like we don't know. Or we know it's just for charade. It's government of the people, by the people, and for the people. There are men there to serve, not to be superior over us. And the worst part of it is that we ourselves would discriminate within ourselves. Forget about politicians. You see somebody that has money, his way of life changes. Let's say you're having a conversation among the elites, like they call themselves, and then they ask you, where do you live? Which part of town are you coming from? Then you mention that you are living in so and so place. They say, ew, try, how can you live there? How do human beings survive there? Waka. Is it not our money that your father and your mother is using to sponsor your stupid lifestyle? Then you come to shout, ew, that. And then people that, yes, some families are not politicians. They are business-minded people. They make their money through trading one way or the other and that. But they discriminate. I remember those good old days when my grandfather used to tell us stories during how he schooled. I'm from Benue State, but my grandfather schooled in Nasarawa State. He went to school with some of the top politicians today, that if you want to call names. They attended the same primary school, the same secondary school back then. But there was nothing like, you are for the rich, you are for the poor, you are for this. No. Government school were one of those schools back then. But these days, it's no longer like that. They see government school as something that is an abomination, a taboo. It's meant for the less privileged to go to. No proper infrastructure, no proper hygiene, no proper education. Then tomorrow, they send their children to one of the best schools. If you want to see building, they pay us in pounds and dollars. At the end of the day, if you see the way they speak, they don't even speak Nigerian English anymore. They speak Fone, British accent, American accent, Russian accent. So your accent where you get for Nigeria, where they born you, you know fit talk. It baffles me a lot that some of us, when you just get this little exposure, you go over there, the next thing is to change how you speak. This, that. How do you do? Yeah. I'll be like as some of us, like, it's like we're crazy. And it's like, see, there are some knots that is loosed in our head, and they need to put those knots in check this time around, because enough is enough. We have had enough injustice from these people. And I feel like this is the time for us, for our voices to be heard. If we can't do it physically so that they will not kill us, just like what happened during NSAS in Tollgate in Lagos, Nigeria, social media has power. Social media can bring anybody to their knee. And you see, these people, they are all corrupted. It's not like one category of people are corrupted, then one side is good. No, all of them. It's like one of your hand, once you stain with oil, the rest will get stained at the end of the day. So if one person, they can put fire in some of their bonbon, they are going to expose each other. And justice will be finally carried out for the poor, since they call us poor. Just go and imagine prices of commodity in the market. But it will make these people superior over us. At the end of the day, they are not doing anything for us. Can't we think? Can't we act? Okay, look at what is happening in Kenya. When they wanted to put tax, do you know some of us pay indirect tax we are not aware of? You go to market, you want to buy pepper, you are complaining that tomatoes is this, tomatoes is 5 for 2,000 naira. Do you know you're paying tax for those things? That is what we call indirect tax. So please, let's rise up. This is not the time to hide under anybody's shadow or to come and say, they are trying their best now. Nobody's trying their best. This is not how Nigeria was. Yes, we want to say during the colonial masters, they did great injustice to us and all that, but there was still a little bit of balance. Let's be honest with ourselves. It's like we, the blacks, are even the one that enslave ourselves the most. The guys that open gates for you in your house, that how do they treat you? Treat that person because you feel like you have money, you are this, you are that. The person, do you see the ill manner these people talk to the people that even cooked their food? Somebody that can wipe your entire generation in seconds if he wants to. You talk to them ill. You talk to them in one certain manner that it's not suitable to even talk to your animals. You talk to your fellow human being like that just because you have money more than them. See, the justice that is going to come for the poor, I swear it's gonna burn these people so hard that there will be no water to quench them, just like there was no water to quench that fire in Karo Market. Honestly, that is how it's going to burn them. They are going to be in one particular building, and then the fire is going to burn them so hard. Because these people, they are devils. You see, devil cannot even do what they are doing, to be honest with you. Because devil didn't even do half of what our politicians are doing. They have just made a lot of things so difficult for everybody. Life, you can't do. If you're a child of a poor man, you try to raise shoulder up, they'll be like, who is your father? Who do you think you are? I'm going to bring you down to your knee. That is how they speak to you. Forget, those are not politicians. People that you manage to have money and they feel like you're going to intimidate them with your money, or you're going to raise your family up from poverty. Then they'll say they're going to bring you down to you. And watch out. They just want to be the one in the community that has money, even down to your family members. One particular person wants to be the one to have money so that he can be superior over your father. If somebody's daughter, the next thing they want to go to voodoo, bah, you are gone like that. Let's talk. The government are meant to serve us, and this is the time for them to serve us so well. See, this era, we're going to give them a run for their office, and it's going to burn them so hard. Honestly, do well to share this video so that at the end of the day, we can give those people the real definition of their offices and positions and what they need to do. Because we are tired of this treatment. How long is it going to continue? How many generations is it going to continue to? Is it going to be passed down to? Come on, let them do better. You need to know the meaning of your office. Okay, Minister of Education during President Muhammad Buhari time, he said he didn't even know anything concerning that office. They just gave it to them because they owe favor to these people, so they need to give them positions, office, put them Minister of this, Minister of Road, Minister of Construction, Minister of Lights, and you're the one selling generator. Haba. It's only in Nigeria that I see it's only in Africa that I see this injustice, inhuman, that our politicians display. And those people that are above others, they treat the poor. Come on. You see that people are willing to work in Nigeria. People are willing to give their blood and sweat just for result to come out. But you work as if you're one of the most lazy person. At the end of the year, you are where you are. You live in the environment that you live in. You earn the same amount of salary. You can't save anything because you need to feed your family. Sometimes I wonder fathers and mothers that earn below 100K, how are they going to cater for family of 5? Let's say them 2, them plus the children 3. How? Do you know how much commodities are talking in the market? Please, see, let's give these people the definition of what democracy means and the definition of what their various offices means. If they cannot let their children go through what we are going through, they are not meant to be in that office. They are not meant to be in that office. That is it. So that is just my take on this video. Please, let's do well to share this video on all social media platforms so that it could get to a lot of people, so that they can see this injustice that the government is actually doing to us. And let's wake up. Let our voices be one. Honestly, enough is enough. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. You are blessed.